What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Liam Murphy back. Gonna be talking about some best ball. Hang out for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. The Eliminator pods are here for those who are still in. I personally got a pretty fortunate pairing in before the tinfoil hats say it's rigged. A lot of that going around. So this is the team I drafted with Davis. I'll have to go back and watch the stream. I know one of the streams Davis left early. I doubt it's this one. So probably just a pure 50-50 split here. What's pretty fortunate about this is, of course, on BBMDB. You see the little timers things? Those are players who will play. So this guy over here didn't respect buys. No Gibbs, no Kyron, no Montgomery. Of course, Najee got hurt. Algier, his lone running back. Hurts and May are the quarterbacks, kind of cut off there. A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Rome, Mooney, QJ, Jalen Noel, Goddard, Hunter Henry, Juwan versus our squad, the Hero Squad. Goff on bye as well. Herbert, Penix, CMC, HN, Harvey, Dobbins, Woody Marks, Golden, Mooney, Shaheed, Douglas, Kincaid, Pitts. Now, you might think, oh, wow, you're for sure going to win. It doesn't really work like that. I would love to say, yes, for sure I win. However, you got to understand how best ball works, right? Like, there is nothing stopping Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown dropping 50 points this week, and then it does not matter that this guy gets no running back points, but they get 100 points from two players, and our wide receivers stink, and we just don't get – we get like 10 points each at running back. So it's not a lock we advance. I would say we're favorites, but yeah, some unfortunate – like our squad's almost perfect. Of course, Kendre Miller tearing his ACL, not ideal. That's less impactful. What's really kind of a bummer is Mike Evans getting hurt. Mike Evans obviously would have been quite rare, a quite valuable player to have as well. And just kind of a bummer to lose him. What is a little nice is that we get this team, which this is week 8, so a ton of teams are going to stink this week. It's a Bye-Mageddon week. If we look at the week 8 buys, Cardinals, Jags, Lions, Rams, Raiders, Seahawks. So a ton of teams on bye. But it's nice that the week that JSN is on bye, who's obviously our best wideout, is the week that we draw this one running back team. And yeah, JMO obviously has been a disappointment, but I'm happy to have him on the team. He's someone who can just individually win you a matchup. Like JMO can just drop 30, can drop 40. So it's nice to have him. It's nice to get through JSN and JMO, who are probably still our best two wideouts here, through their bye, hopefully. Kincaid and Pitts are both through their bye. Mooney's through his bye. Golden's through his bye. The guy's not through our bye. Woody Marks is through his bye. The guys not through the bye are these running backs highlighted here: CMC, HN, Harvey, Dobbins. And then Penix is through his bye. Don't think Penix is going to play. Looks like it's going to be Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins might just be better than Penix, which might be good for Mooney. Because, Kirk Cousins, same thing as Aaron Rodgers. He tore his ACL or his Achilles. He came back early. Now fully recovered. Herbert not having his bye. Goff hitting his bye now. So yeah, so who knows when Austin built this team? Maybe he built it pre-schedule. What can we expect from Lamar? Yeah, I have a main event with Lamar, and I plan to play him. NBA scandal. We're not going to get into that too much. Yeah, me and David did cook in this one. Yeah, and you know what? It was a combo of picks. Things I remember off the top of my head. I deferred to Davis on CMC. We were both into HN. Davis was definitely JSN. I was definitely J.K. Dobbins. Davis didn't want to take him. I was definitely Kincaid. I was also Kyle Pitts, I think. I was probably Naked Herbert. I don't remember every pick, but I think we both like Rashid Shaheed. he's louder about it, but like I have big Rashid Shaheed bags too. So that's what we got cooking around the Eliminator. If you have an Eliminator team, let me know. Let me know. Let's take a look. It's week 8. So I think, how am I feeling today? I'm feeling fantastic, Nate. Hope you are as well. Active, live, best ball, Eliminator. Contest info. Okay, so I believe we are here, meaning there's 1,500 teams left. $100 for getting knocked out. So if you last next week, there's 800 teams. Another week, basically, if you can last 2 more weeks, you've basically made the same thing as the Best Ball Mania finals, right? Not the same payout, different size contest, but 384 people left. Right now, it's kind of like you've made the DK finals. Roughly 1,000 plus people in the Week 17 DK finals for the main best ball contest. So, and then pretty quick. So 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week. In 5 weeks, there will be only 100 teams left. Back feels great. It's just, yeah, it's an old injury. When it flares on me, it flares. Aaron J, man, I don't know. I'm not used to streaming in the daytime anymore, and I'm getting some crazy glare. Yeah, let's look at some eliminators. We'll look at your squads, guys. Let me see. So funny that my last team is with Davis and has Dalton Kincaid. Just like, let's go. Okay, looks like we got Jim Halpert. Jim? Looks like you got kind of a close matchup here. Our hero, Jim. Baker, who I don't know if he plays. He probably does. Rodgers. Revenge game / tough matchup against the Packers. Great running back squad here. CMC, Cook, Dobbins, Rashad White. Puka on bye. Metcalf, Olave, Bateman, Mims, Douglas. So it's kind of like a Metcalf, Olave wideout room, and then whatever these guys get. Kittle, nice. Like Kittle's kind of like the Mike Evans thing. It's the same thing, right? Low owned, almost certainly going to be a peer out for you. Now you are facing another CMC Cook team, so that's unfortunate. They also have Josh Jacobs and Quinshon Judkins, so they have the better running back room. It's not impossible you outscore them with White and Dobbins, but definitely would say they're better. Their wideouts, Metcalf, Judy, Debo. Don't know if Debo plays. No Jaden Daniels. Mooney, Leggett. So yeah, this is a toss-up. I personally kind of think this team is very slightly favored this week, but this is close, Jim. You got real sweat here. Would you trade Chase Brown, Bucky, and Purdy for Gibbs and Baker? Assuming you don't, your RB2 is not going to be like, who would your RB2 be? Otherwise, like pretty much absolutely. You're getting the best player in the deal by far. You're getting Gibbs. And so as long as you're not slotting in some scrub at RB2, yes, I would trade this assortment of players for Gibbs. Clip fan 634. Let's check it out. Ooh, a low scoring one here. Clip fan, our hero here. Mahomes, Purdy. Okay. Don't know if Purdy's playing. Achane, Cook. Good. Smith. Okay, good but thin. Metcalf, Waddle, Dobbs. That's pretty much it. So a lot of buys / injuries for you. Very thin. Metcalf, Waddle, Dobbs. But a decent 3, honestly. Ferguson, Kincaid, that's awesome. You're facing a pretty terrible running back room. Okay, they have Josh Allen. But other than that, they got Pacheco and Rico, kind of. And Rico gets to play the Bills. People are going to be like, oh, that's a good matchup for running backs. It's like, no, not when you're the Panthers. The Panthers are going to get slacked. And also the Bills get a ton of reinforcements on defense from suspension, etc. So, yeah, major advantage at running back for you. Major advantage for him at wideout. Chase, Metcalf. No, not really, actually. It's just Chase and Metcalf. So you got really fortunate here because I think Calvin Austin is still not playing. I don't know. Warren, Kincaid, Fryer. Yeah, I mean, advantage you, but anything can happen in this matchup. Yeah, it's tough to lose like that, Cullen, at the last moment. Let's see. I think someone else said one. Aaron. I mean, pretty soon, folks, no one's going to have any teams. Such a fun contest, right? And, you know, everyone's going to have thoughts of like, oh, this is what I'll do differently next year, blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, don't be too results oriented. Anyways, you almost have to get luckier in this than regular best ball. Because in regular best ball, to advance to the playoffs, you got to build a good enough team. And it's the sum of 14 weeks, right? And then, okay, from there, you got to have played well / run good. In the Eliminator, you can just play bad teams every week, right? Like, nothing's stopping that. You can play a good team at the perfect time when it has a bunch of buys. Aaron here, Josh and Tua, Bijan, JT, Judkins, White, so a monster at running back here. Tet, Diggs, Pickens, Shaheed, Wandale, Bryant, another Kittle team. Yeah, a team that you probably really wish you did not go 3 tight end on. Tyler Higbee not doing anything ever for this team. Could have used another wideout, I would say. But still, holistically, a good roster. You got Josh at quarterback through his bye. Bijan, JT, Judkins, White, monster. Tet, Diggs, Pickens, that's pretty good. Shaheed and Wandale, that's not nothing. So a good wideout room. This is a pretty great team. Now you are facing a team that is pretty complete at wideout with these 5: Jefferson, Metcalf, Olave, Diggs, Pittman. Does have Josh Jacobs, does have Ramondre, much weaker at running back, but you never know. Does have Drake May. So he's got outs on you, you know? Braun with 3. Probably be the last one we look at here. Not many people with 3 left, Braun. We'll just look at your best team. I don't think I've ever seen this. It thinks you're 95% to win. So how does that even come to be? Lamar and Bo. So nice to drag Lamar around. Nice to drag Lamar around with a single quarterback team. Only Bo. Dak and Cam Ward. CMC, JT. Kamara, Javante. Okay, that's pretty good. Metcalf, Waddle, Diggs. So your wide receiver room's good. It's not amazing. It's really Metcalf, Waddle, Diggs. Njoku, Ertz, Juwan. I'm assuming this guy just has a ton of buys. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Dak and Cam Ward, Achane, Warren, White. So fine running back room. Another team with like bad roster construction, right? Like too many running backs. What's Raheem Mostert doing on this team? Puka, JSN, Adams. Like, especially if you're gonna drop a triple week 8 bye wideout room, like that should edge you to maybe you want another wide receiver, you know? Waddle, Mooney, Yoshiva. So look, his wideout room is not great, but he has some outs. I wouldn't call it 95%, more like a cool 93%, 92%. Tyler Warren. And like, yeah, okay, 95% to win, but this guy's name is Ben Roethlisberger. Don't think that's how it's spelled, by the way. But like Tyler Warren could just have 4 touchdowns in a game. Darnell Mooney could just have with Kirk Cousins, who he smashed with. Like, what if Darnell Mooney just goes 150 and 3, right? Like, then you're like, what the heck? My team was supposed to win, Who do I have? Baker or Purdy? Almost certainly Baker, right? Purdy's a good player, but Baker runs. Help me out with what is Hit Him With the Gritty's username? M. Bolduck. He tweeted about his highest scoring teams. What's the username, guys? Is Kirk starting this week? Kirk is, I think, starting this week. Guys, what is Hit Him With the Gritty's name? M. Bolduck? I could have sworn it was that. Oh, hit it. Duh. Hit Him With the Gritty 18. Okay, now what I want to talk about is, because people are going to be hyper-focused on advance rates right now. And I forget his Twitter account name, but he tweeted out his highest scoring teams. He's doing great advancing right now. 38 teams. But he tweeted out his top scoring teams, and they are like the quintessential teams to me that showcase that advancing is not everything, right? Like, this is just, I'm sorry, but this is F- roster construction. Lamar, and I know Michael watches sometimes, so I say this to help Michael, but like Lamar and Dak, okay, great. Here's what's terrible. Bijan, JT, Hampton, 3 running backs through 4 rounds, another running back in the 6th, another running back in the 7th. It is ludicrous to add 3 more running backs to this team. It does not matter how much you like these players, Cam Scatabo, Najee, and Rondre. It is just, I'm sorry, it's idiotic where this team is his highest scoring team. So it's scoring well in the regular season simply because he's getting a lot of points at running back each week. But it's literally like dead on arrival once it gets to the playoffs. It's a team I would love to see in my pods because you can only 3 of these dudes are going to hit your lineup, right? So a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 running back team when you have 4 running backs through the 6th, a 5th through the 7th, an 8, like a 6th through the 8th, a 7th through the 9th. It's like you're trying to get unique just to get unique, and it's bad unique because this team is dead at wideout. Pickens, good player. Tillman, Leggett, Hopkins, Adonai Mitchell, Tolbert. Like, there is no universe where this team could ever win Best Ball Mania. It's just not. It's not even possible. It's because 2 of the guys barely play. It's just terrible, right? So it's like, and again, this is his highest scoring team, 985 points. So it's scoring well. And it's why I always have said best ball is a quality game, not a quantity game. You could give me 1,000 of these teams. I would not want them for the playoffs, right? Why? Because they're all going to lose in the quarterfinals, if not the semifinals. And if they make the finals by some miracle, they're going to get last, This team is better. Like, this team is fine. It's got, like, I don't even need to look at the players to know it has a lot better roster construction because it has a logical amount of running backs and a logical amount of wideouts. Are all the players great? No. But, like, yeah, this just shows you how much quality matters compared to some of my teams where I have never, ever on Underdog advanced more than 30 teams. I got 2 teams to the finals last year. I won BBM. I've won 2 other best ball contests. My best advancing year was like 50 teams in the DK Millie. Didn't do anything with them. Not that that's proving, but like, okay, this team, it's a logical roster construction. I started with 4 running backs through the 5th round, so I stopped and I added a bunch of wideouts, right? This team, again, I started with 2 running backs through 3 rounds, so I stopped at 5. If you cannot do the bare minimum, which to me is roster construction, you are dead. You are dead to win. Justin, okay, we'll go back to the Eliminator. I like to bring in lessons, right? Because ultimately that's what we do, and that's why a lot of people shout me out at the end of the year because they learn from the channel. King Schuster. You're already saved, man. Do I think you're going to win your matchup? Well, it looks like the computer does. You're 90%. Dak, Herbert, Bijan, Kamara, White, Dowdle, Chubb, Lad, Pickens, Shakir, Diggs, Pittman, QJ, Ferg, and Schultz. You're facing a 4 tight end team with Trey McBride. So again, F- roster construction. DJ Moore, Pickens, Judy, Debo, Hollywood. Only drafted 5 wideouts, but like kind of actually got 5 guys who play. You are facing JT. You are facing Trace. You are facing Javonte. So I personally would not give you 95% because although this guy's team is terribly constructed, he has just enough guys who could do it to you, you know? Like nothing stopping JT from scoring 30, Javonte scoring 30, and then him getting like 20 points apiece from these 3 wideouts. So you obviously have a much deeper team. You have a much better team. Most people would choose your team. But like this guy has just enough live players that anything could happen. What are your thoughts on 3573? That was super popular this year. 3573 is a totally fine roster construction. Assuming, but again, the roster construction doesn't tell the full picture, right? Because how Gritty built his team, the bad team I showed you, I have some 8 running back teams that are logically built. Let's, how do we find that? You used to be able to sort by like amount of players. Anyone know what that is anymore? Like I recall in the past I could be like, okay, show me my teams with like 5 running backs. You know? So a 3573 is logical, assuming you construct it with like 2 to 3 running backs through the first 5 rounds. So you stop at 5. And then you get your 3 quarterbacks in the middle rounds. You get your 3 tight ends late or in the middle rounds. And you get your 7 wide receivers somewhat like several in the middle rounds and several at the end. It's like a fine thing to do. No, this is a terrible trade, dude. Why do you keep doing this? CD Lamb for Ja'Cory Krosky and Waddle? That's that's bad. I don't like that. Almost always, guys, you want to be getting the best player. You just traded a guy who's like a walking 20 points for a prayer at 20 points between 2 guys. All right, dude, you're banned. You keep doing this. You're not banned, but we're not going to look at your thing. The EV of the remaining eliminators, I think it's like $800. I saw someone tweet out. A lot of high scoring teams are hyper fragile. I mean, that's just logical, is it not? Right? Because think of the best players this year. It's JT, it's CMC, it's James Cook, etc. And then there's enough, like there's wide receivers like QJ. There's wide receivers. Who else has been a good value late? There's been enough guys like Wan'Dale Robinson. So if you just won a lot at them. Let's see. My best team is a 4 running back team. Why? It's got Gibbs, Taylor, Cook. And then it just has a bunch of, it's got late round Keenan, right? My second highest scoring team is also like a 3-5, 8-2. I almost always prefer extra bullets at wideout. This team also 5 running backs. Really, it's a 4 running back team. I definitely have a 8 running back team doing well. But it drafted 6 wideouts to begin, right? What's crazy is I have a McCaffrey Puka team that's not advancing. And I'll show you guys why. Okay, it's 25 points out from advancing right now. Why is it not advancing? Well, it's gotten no points at quarterback for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. So this is like actually quite exciting because I think it probably will advance. It's got CMC, it's got Warren, it's got Charbonnet, and then Aaron Jones and Spears are both either back or will be back this week, if not next week. Lamar, I think, is back this week, and McCarthy soon after. And then Puka's going to come back next week. Pickens, Zay's looking a lot better with Lamar. Pearsall's going to come back. Shakir's playing. Tillman should be back eventually. I haven't been following there. Slayton, Tucker. It's got Kraft at tight end. It's got Otten, who gets a big boost without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. It's got Mason Taylor. So it's like, it's not advancing, but it's a team that I probably will advance, and it's nice, you know? What is a big RB team that you have? Oh, like 8 running backs? Again, I don't know how to do here, I just know the team off the top of my head. It has like Jefferson and Jaden Reed. Oh my God. I typed Jamar Jefferson. I was like, is this thing calling me a liar? It's either advancing or it's okay. So here's, yeah. How many did I go this time? I went 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, why did 7 running backs make sense for this team? Well, my first 5 picks were wide receivers: Jefferson, Ladd, Marvin, Devonta Smith, Jameson, and I took another wide receiver in the 7th. So with 6 wide receivers through 7 rounds, stop. What do I do next? Take a bunch of running backs. Ken Walker, Swift, Pacheco. Got 2 quarterbacks, Goff and Herbert in the hole. Got a tight end I feel good about. Take a bunch more running backs: Ray Davis, Rico, Braylon Allen, Roshan. End with 2 more tight ends: Chigan, Conklin. Conklin could have been a running back as well. Could have been a wideout as well. But like, yeah, I do several teams like this every year. Now, this team was drafted very early, April 30th, literally like the day after the contest opened or something like that. So it got good prices on Ken Walker. It got good prices on Swift. It got good prices on Pacheco. That type of stuff helps, right? It got a bad price on Marv. It got a good price on JMO. It got a good price on Ferg. I swear he used to be able to do positions. Maybe because he's added so much stuff that went by the wayside. Let's just look at some more random Best Ball Mania teams with some players. First 3 players named in the chat, we'll look at my teams with those players, and then I'm going to call it a stream. Just a quick one today, looking at Eliminator, dropping some Best Ball takes. I'll just wait for the chat to name some players. Olave? Sure. Well, let's look at my best with him. He's a player I actually drafted a lot, 7 of 25. So He's one of the expected point kings each week. That's not always there in the box score. My best Olave team, though, is a Hurts Geno team. We looked at this team recently enough. We'll look at my second best team. This one's back in May. I think the May teams are exciting. Josh Allen and Purdy. So it's nice to have Josh Allen dragging along Purdy. CMC at the 11th pick. James Cook, Aaron Jones, who again is going to come back soon. Rashad White, who's been, just a fantastic pick with Bucky's injury. Jalen Wright, who's a 0. Brian Thomas, Roma Dunze for the Bears and 49ers stack. It's also nice that it has both CMC and Cook with Josh Allen and Purdy. Stacking running backs and quarterbacks makes sense a lot. Brian Thomas, then goes Roman Olave, 2 great picks. Expensive Ayuk. Like, Ayuk got way cheaper than this team. But whatever. He's going to return here soon. Keon, Romeo Dobbs, who's just been a great pick. Demario Douglas, meh. And then Roman Wilson and Curtis Samuel. Like, hashtag unique. Kincaid and Ferguson, that's a smash. Curtis Samuel's actually playing. He got hurt, though. Roman Wilson is not playing. We got Olave. Someone said McCaffrey. Which do you prefer, Tyler? Do you like the ranks or the thoughts? No one's really given me any indication what they do. Some weeks I do the ranks, some weeks I do the thoughts. I personally think the thoughts are more useful, but I could understand if people just want straight ranks. I like thoughts over ranks. That's what I thought too, because it's more descriptive. McCaffrey, I'm still waiting on a third player, by the way. Thoughts for Cullen as well. I mean, if people like thoughts, I'll just do thoughts. So I didn't draft a lot of CMC. Thoughts? Okay, cool. We'll do thoughts then. Easy. 3 people voted. Thoughts was said. In the chat, if you watch, Kittle. Kittle's the third player. Great. I'm not. We just. No, we've not seen this team. Oh, but this is a great team though. It's got Josh and Mahomes. Like, this team could win the contest for sure. CMC, Judkins, cheap Judkins, 14th round Judkins, super valuable. Rashad White, Smith, Rashard Smith. So it's a 5 running back team. Dameon Pierce, like, we're not holding out hope for. But all 5 are good, live to score, right? And then it's got Drake London, Worthy, Egbuka in the 5th, Rashee Rice in the 6th. So it's got cheap Rice, which mitigates expensive Egbuka, right? Again, if you're going to, thinking through game theory, if you're going to take a guy who used to be in the 9th round, Egbuka, take a guy who used to be in the 2nd round, Rice. That's how you mitigate simply taking an expensive guy. Shakir, Mooney, Palmer, Dobbs, Loveland, and Kincaid. Like, this team's just awesome, right? Could definitely go pure. Kittle. Yeah, Kittle. Some big stands hurting me right now. Kittle, Mike Evans, Jaden Reed, Aaron Jones. All players I took more than 20 of that have gotten hurt. Some of them for the year, some of them for extended amount of time. So my best Kittle team is this one. Josh and Baker. That's fun. ETN's fallen way off. The ETN people have been pretty quiet. Ray Davis. Whatever, he's live. Rico. Big reason this team is even live. Justice Hill. He's live. Marshawn Lloyd. I think he returns and could even be a valuable pick. Puka. Man, stinks Mike Evans. Mike Evans might return for the playoffs, though. You never know. Olave, Pickens, Kupp, Keon, Kirk, Palmer, Kittle, Allen. I mean, if Mike Evans did not get hurt in that game, you'd be feeling so good about this team. But it has Mike Evans and Kittle, 2 guys who are extremely hard to be advancing. And it doesn't have CMC, doesn't have JT. It does have Puka, a chalky guy, but like, you know, it's got 7th round Pickens before he got traded. So the team is good, but yeah, Mike Evans. I mean, it's still got enough guys at wideout to be fine, but like, yeah, Mike Evans would have felt real good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen. Hope everyone are doing well. We'll get the thoughts out on the forbeatbestball.com up on the site. Probably Friday, possibly Saturday morning, but probably Friday. Peace out. Hope everyone has a good week and weekend. I'll be live tomorrow once I get the thoughts out, do some Battle Royale streams. See you then.